Hmm. Angela, what happened when you tried to block communication? Or were you unable to because you didn't know what the communication was?
Yeah, so based off of our hypothesis that communication was occurring through this calcium ATP signaling mechanism, we did try to use different inhibitors of calcium and ATP. And what we see is that when we inhibit either or, the survival of our embryos actually decrease. So they basically become singletons. So they act as if they're being raised by themselves. So by blocking those messages, these embryos now think, oh no, I have no neighbors, even though they are still in a group of 100 or 300.
Uh-huh. And so it would go down to the level of what it would be if it was a single embryo?
Mm-hmm. So what we saw was simply by blocking these communication avenues, that these embryos are no longer able to basically sense each other. Now they think that they're just being raised by themselves, despite that not being the case.
You were able to test it also without the teratogens, but with the communication blockers?
Yes, yeah. So we did just regular media in which we grow up our embryos, and just added the inhibitor to see, okay, does the inhibitor have some sort of effect? And we see that by itself, the inhibitor doesn't. But with a teratogen on top of the inhibitor, then we see this communication basically going to zero.